Morning students, welcome back to the YouTube channel of Venus Public School. Today we are going to continue with the new chapter of class 8, which is chapter 16, which is light. Okay, so let us discuss the first topic. Before moving further, before discussing the first topic, we need to ask some questions to ourselves. Okay, first of all, what is light and how we can reach to this answer of this question. Just after few points we need to observe around us. Clear? How we are able to see things, that is also a point which we need to understand at this point. Okay, and does everything emits light? So these are few questions which comes in our mind. So basically let us start with our discussion with some basic experiences which we have had around us. Okay, so basically you might have seen around yourselves that you are able to see beautiful flowers, butterflies moving around, flying around. Okay, flowers, fruits. You are able to see plants, birds, butterflies. Even you are able to see celestial bodies like comets, stars. Okay, sometimes planets if you put effort in it. Okay, and so these are the things which you are able to see, which are visible to you. Okay, so how these things are able to, you are able to see how these things are visible. Okay, first of all, and second, like there are out of the things which I have taken as an example, there are many things which used to emit their own light, like stars. They used to emit their own light. Okay, a bulb used to emit its own light. Okay, but there are few substances or objects which do not emit any kind of light, but we are able to see them, and there are some objects which used to emit their lights and we are able to see them. Okay, so does it any difference? Is it any difference between the objects which used to emit the light and which does not used to emit the light? Okay, so to understand all these things, we need to understand some phenomena related to the light. So before that, first, what is light? First of all, what is light? So light is nothing but a form of energy, because like we have discussed many times, there are different forms of energies present all around us. Okay, basically it is all about energies. Okay, science is all about transferring energies. Clear? Like in the crop production we have discussed why we need crop plants. Okay, just to gain energy. Okay, so that we can perform several tasks of daily routine and several other tasks which could be beneficial for us and entire human beings. Clear? So basically transferring of energy. Okay, autotrophs, plants used to form their own food through photosynthesis. They are absorbing the energy from the sun. Clear? Sun is emitting energy. That energy is converted into the food for plants later on convert that energy which is stored in them directly to the human beings, like heterotrophs. Okay, or it is being converted to the herbivores, animals, and then these animals would later on eaten by human beings as well as other animals. So basically what is happening, everyone in the cycle is consuming or transferring energy basically from sun to other thing. Clear? Similarly, so there it is all about energies. Clear? And when the energy, and there is a law of conservation of energy says energy can neither be created nor be destroyed, it can only be transferred from one form to another. That means energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. Okay, it already exists in the nature. It is just we are converting its form. Clear? So sun, if we are considering sun as a source of energy and it is emitting light and heat energy, so heat energy and light energy will be converted into other forms of energy. So basic or the primary form of energy is heat and light. Clear? So light is a form of energy, okay, which enables us to see the things. What is light? Light is a form of energy which enables us to see the things. The basic definition of light is a form of energy which enables us to see the things or objects around us. Clear? So this is the answer of this question. What is light? Now, how we are able to see the objects? Second question is how we are able to see the objects. So basically this question, the answer of this question we will discuss with this topic. Okay, this topic explains everything about how we are able to see the things around us. So let us move on to the next question, because this answer of this question we will be discussing during the discussion of this topic, reflection of light. Clear? And the next question: does everything emits light? No, everything does not emits light. Like, let's take an example of two celestial bodies which we used to see every day, on which we used to depend most. Okay, like sun and moon. Both of them used to emit light. Do you think both of them are having lights in it? Yes, we might say like, by our observation, on the basis of our observation, we could say that both of them emits light, because during the daytime sun used to emit the light, and whenever there is a full moon night, okay, there is enough amount of light which is available outside the outside a building or in an open area. The moon used to emit enough amount of light during the full moon day. Okay, so as the size of the moon is increasing and decreasing, clear? So as a layman's language, its size is increasing and decreasing, and thus the amount of light which is coming from the sun, from the moon, is also increasing and decreasing. Clear? So primarily we can say that both of them used to emit light, but no, it is not the fact. According to science, sun is the emitter of light, sun is the source of light, sun is the source from where light used to emitted, light comes out. Clear? Whereas moon is not any source of light. The light coming from the sun falling on the moon, and after striking on the moon and bounced back, when it strike on the moon and bounced back, and after bouncing back it returned, okay, to several directions, and earth falls in the path of these reflected sun rays. Thus we are able to see those reflected sun rays. Those reflected sun rays used to fall on earth, and thus we can conclude that the light is coming from the moon also. Clear? So it is not that moon is emitting the light, moon is just reflecting the light, okay, rays of light which is coming from the sun. Clear? So there are objects which do not use to emit the light, okay, and there are few objects which use to emit the light. So the objects which use to emit the light can be termed as luminous objects. Clear? What are luminous objects? So luminous objects are the objects which use to emit the light. Clear? Luminous objects, non-luminous objects. Luminous, LIUMINOUS, luminous, and non-luminous, non-luminous. Clear? So there are two kind of objects, luminous objects and non-luminous objects. Luminous objects are the objects which used to emit their own light, whereas non-luminous objects are the objects which do not emit any light, but they might reflect some of it. Okay, they might reflect some of the light which is falling on them. Clear? So basically there are two categories of, we can divide all the objects which are present around us into two basic categories, that is luminous and non-luminous. Now let us see what is reflection of light. This is the first topic of our chapter. This chapter is very important and interesting, as well as from the board point of view. This chapter also plays a very important role, because in 10th class and 12th class also you will be learning all these concepts in the same way or in detailed way, but the concepts remain same which you are learning in this class. Clear? So we will just have an overview in this chapter during this class, but in further classes like in 10th or in 12th class you will have a very detailed version of these topics. So let us just clear the basics of these concepts. Okay, this chapter is very important from the board point of view. I am telling you this one more time. From board examination, from board classes point of view, like 10th and 12th, this chapter is very important. So please pay a lot of attention during the understanding of this chapter. Okay, and do write your doubts in a copy, so that whenever we will meet safely, we will have this conversation, we will have this interactive session, so that I can clear your doubts, any of the doubt which is related to these topics. Clear? This is very important chapter. So let us begin with reflection of light. So first of all, what is reflection of light? Let us just see the definition, and then we will discuss in very detail. Okay, so when the ray of light hits a mirror or any polished surface, it changes its direction. or we can say it bounced back into the same medium, okay, into the same medium, and thus this phenomena is called reflection of light. Okay, so let us understand the definition with a simple diagram. Okay, here I am drawing a mirror. Okay, you might have seen mirror very closely and you might have observed there are basically two layers. One, this layer is at the back side of the mirror, there is polish, there is polished surface. Clear? This is polished surface. Okay, so this will be called as polished surface, and this will be called as reflective surface, polished surface, reflective surface. Whenever the ray of light falls on it, it bounced back. Clear? It bounced back, or it changes its direction. As it is moving in this direction, it changes its direction in this way, and thus it changes its direction. Clear? So whenever from the source, from any source, ray of light is coming and falling on a mirror, what will happen? It changes its direction, or you can say it's bounced back in the same medium. Like suppose it is that mirror is hanged on a wall. So what will happen? We have two mediums. One medium is air, and other medium is brick. So we have two mediums, air and brick. So what is happening whenever light is falling on the polished surface, reflective surface of the mirror? What will happen? It changes its direction and remains in the same medium. What is the meaning of medium here? The medium from where the light is coming from, or the medium where the light is traveling in. Clear? Is the medium, would be considered as medium, and it is not changing its medium. It is not entering into the brick wall. Clear? Thus we have two mediums here, air and brick wall, whereas light is not entering into the brick wall. Clear? It is after reflection, it is bouncing back, or it remains in the same medium. So are we clear with the term same medium or medium? Clear? So this is what light, this is what reflection of light. What is it? Reflection of light. So I hope all of us are clear with the definition. I am repeating it. When a ray of light hits a mirror or any polished surface, it changes its direction and is bounced back into the same direction, into the same medium. Clear? It's called reflection of light. Clear? Now here suppose, because we have discussed it is a form of energy. So whenever rays of light is falling on the mirror, so is it that the entire amount of, or entire number of, or entire energy which is transmitted from the source reaching to the reflecting surface and bounced back, so is it that the entire energy is transmitted or bounced back? So it depends upon the nature, or it depends upon the reflecting surface of the reflecting object. Clear? How it is depending upon them? How the amount of energy which is reflecting or bounced back is depending upon the surface? Let us discuss this point in very detail. Okay, so this can be explained by using two very important terms, which are basically three important terms. Clear? Which are opaque, translucent, L-U-C-E-N-T, translucent, and transparent. So basically, our question was, in the previous discussion, our question was, as it is coming from the source and it is incidenting on an object, it bounced back. Okay, so the question was, is the entire energy which is coming from the source is reflected back entirely? The total energy is reflected back? So the answer of this question is no, it is not the same. It depends upon the surface of the object. It depends upon the type of object. So objects could be of three types. Okay, reflecting objects, surfaces or objects. So reflecting surfaces or objects could be of three types: opaque, translucent, and transparent. So let us understand what is the differences between them, and thus we are able to conclude that whether the amount of energy which is falling on an object is entirely bounced back or entirely returned, or some amount of energy is remain there or consumed or whatever it is. So let us understand this. So opaque object. So first of all, opaque. Opaque means non-transparent, basically non-transparent. And when we are talking about non-transparent, entirely the energy is entirely returned back. Clear? Because they will not allow the light or the energy to change its medium. Okay, like we have discussed in the previous discussion, that air and brick, there are two mediums, brick wall and air. So there are two different mediums, air and brick wall. So, and we can simply as we have learned solid, liquid, gases, state of matter in very detail, and we have discussed the state of matter is entirely depending upon the molecular densities, and air has the least molecular density, like as compared to the two mediums, air and brick wall. Air is having least molecular density, and as it is having least molecular density, that means light rays have enough space to travel through. Okay, whereas in case of brick wall, what is happening, the molecular density is very high, that's what make it solid. Okay, and in solids there is very less amount of space for anything to travel through or pass through between the molecules. Clear? So light rays are not able to move faster or not even able to move inside the solid objects. Clear? That's why in solid objects or in opaque objects or non-transparent objects, light is not able to transmit, travel or pass through. Clear? So non-transparent objects means opaque objects, that means they will reflect the entire amount of energy in the same medium. Clear? Number one, opaque object. Okay, so they reflects the entire energy into the medium. Clear? As it is falling over here, it is reflecting back in the same medium, so the entire energy is reflected back. Now let us talk about translucent. Translucent, that means semi-transparent or semi-non-transparent. We can say semi-transparent. Or semi-translucent or semi-opaque can be said. Semi-opaque. Semi-opaque means, semi-transparent means, semi means a part of it. Clear? So let us understand this topic with the help of examples. Let us write some examples over here, like brick, stone, humans, okay, wood. Okay, so these are the objects of non-transparent or opaque objects. Clear? Now let us take some examples of translucent objects which also help us to understand which also help us to understand the concept of or the definition of translucent objects. Okay, so it is fiberglass, okay, milky glass. You might have seen in the windows, there are some glass or some type of glass are being used which do not, like, we are not able to see through them entirely, but some amount of light is able to enter through them. Okay, you might have observed, if you will just look around at your windows, you will observe that there are like milky glasses are being used into the windows, so that you are not able to see, or someone is not able to see inside the house, but a sufficient amount of light can enter through them. So milky glasses. Clear? Fiberglass, transparent fiberglasses are also used on the top of your roofs, over the grills of the top roofs. Okay, the top roof grills would be covered by, nowadays they are using green color or different colors, or they will be using white colors. Clear? White color milky fiberglasses. These are also being used for this purpose. Okay, and there are a few more examples. Thick polythene sheet, okay, butter paper. Butter paper you might have used for tracing something, tracing the diagrams. Sometimes some diagrams are very difficult, so we used to trace them with the help of butter paper, and then we will use that butter paper in the copy for like copying that object. Okay, thin polythene sheet. Thin polythene sheet. Polyethene, E-T-H-E-N, ethene sheet. Thin transparent polythene sheets, semi-transparent polythene sheets you can also consider as an example of translucent objects. So after seeing or after discussing these examples, we can clearly define the translucent objects. Translucent objects are the objects through which a partial amount of light can enter through or can pass through. Okay, the entire amount of energy cannot pass through. So translucent objects, the entire energy will not bounce back, will not return back. Some amount of it will move through. Okay, that is translucent and transparent, which is very simple. Plain glass, water. Okay, glass, water. Okay, these are the things of transparent objects. Air, etc. These are the examples of transparent objects, and in the transparent the entire amount of light can pass through, can travel through. Okay, that's why they will not stop any amount of light energy on the other side. They will allow the entire energy to pass through. That's why we are able to see through them. Clear? That's why we are able to see through these transparent objects. Okay, so this is what we have discussed about opaque, transparent and translucent and transparent objects. Clear? Tomorrow we will continue our discussion. Thank you.